Trigger warning, this is not going to be a popular Becky Lynch opinion. And here's what it is. I have a question for you. Was Monday Night Raw a tragedy for the man, or the smartest booking decision Triple H has made all year? If you scroll through X right now, you'll see the outrage. People are calling Maxxine Dupri's win at Madison Square Garden a fluke, a botch, or a waste of a title reign. They're saying Becky Lynch, one of the greatest of all time, should never lose to someone who was managing models 2 years ago. But here is what I'm going to tell you. That opinion is flat out wrong. In fact, Becky Lynch losing the Women's Intercontinental Championship on Monday Night Raw wasn't just a good move. It was the only move that makes sense. Today, we're going to upset some people. We're going to break down why Maxxine Dupri needed the belt more than Becky ever did, and why AJ Lee costing Lynch the gold actually saved the biggest feud in women's wrestling right now. Before we get to the heat, I have to ask you, do you think Maxxine Dupri is ready to carry a division? Give me a yes or no in the comments, and let's get to it. Let's paint the picture of what actually went down. We're at Madison Square Garden. The lights are bright. Becky Lynch is dominating the match, doing what she does best, carrying the division. For months, Lynch has elevated the Intercontinental Championship in the women's division, making it feel like a world title. She was in control against Maxxine Dupri, a woman who has battled imposter syndrome and fan criticism for her entire career. Then the music hits. AJ Lee returns. The distraction happens. Maxxine hits the top rope crossbody, gets the 1, 2, 3, and the internet explodes. On the surface, it looks like a cheap finish to protect Becky. But if you look closer, you see the brilliance. This wasn't about protecting Becky. It was about liberating her. And it was about validating the hardest working underdog in the entire company. Here's the hard truth. Nobody wants to admit Becky Lynch does not need the Women's Intercontinental Championship. In fact, holding that belt was potentially hurting her feud with AJ Lee. Think about it. You have two icons, the woman who ran the Divas division versus the woman who created the man. That was a WrestleMania main event caliber rivalry. It's personal. It's bitter. It involves their husbands, their legacies, and real-life history. Does that story really need a mid-card title involved? No. By keeping the belt on Becky, you force the feud to be about a championship. By taking it off of her, you make the feud about hate. AJ Lee didn't want to beat Becky. She wanted to ruin her. She wanted to take away the one thing that Becky used to validate her current run. Now, Becky isn't fighting for a belt. She's fighting for revenge. She's threatening a legal action, citing the New York State Athletic Commission rules about manager's license. That is the kind of petty, reality-blurring storytelling that thrives without a title being on the line. And then there's Maxxine Dupri's side of the coin. Wrestling is built on moments. If you wait until someone is perfect in the ring to give them a title, you miss the magic. Maxxine has been the definition of learning on the job. She has taken the bumps, ignored the hate, and improved every single week. Giving her this win at Madison Square Garden establishes her not just as a character, but as a competitor. We always ask WWE to build new stars. Well, this is how you do it. You take a star with the magnitude of Becky Lynch and you use her gravity to pull someone else up. Maxxine Dupri is now a champion in the history books. No matter what happens next, she has that credibility. She can now feud with other stars like Lyra Valkyria or even a Tiffany Stratton over that belt if WWE wanted to make a major shakeup. While Becky and AJ go to war in a stratosphere that does not need gold to sell tickets. I know the comment section is going to be full of people saying Maxxine can't wrestle a 20-minute classic yet. To that, I say who cares? The Intercontinental title is a workhorse belt, yes, but it also is the opportunity belt. It is a belt that says, show us what you can do. If Becky retained, we just get more of the same. We get another match that's good, but with no stakes. By switching the title, we have chaos. We have desperation. We have a titleless Becky Lynch who is more dangerous than ever. We have a target on Maxxine's back, and we have AJ Lee standing tall as the master manipulator. This was the best piece of WWE business that they could have done for the entire women's division. To prove my point about how much better this story is now, look at what's happening on social media. Becky Lynch isn't tweeting about the fighting spirit of herself or how great she is. She's tweeting about lawsuits. She's posting about no manager's license. She's contacting her lawyers because AJ Lee wasn't a licensed manager in New York. This is a unhinged Becky Lynch that we missed. This is the character and the character work that made her a megastar. And she couldn't do this if she was just a polished talent, a polished champion, and holding a championship. Now, as we head towards Survivor Series and War Games, keep an eye out on Adam Pearce. If this lawsuit storyline plays out, we might see a decision overturned, or even better, a stipulation match that forces AJ Lee into some type of gimmick situation. I know you have thoughts on this one, so I ask you, did WWE drop the ball, or was this a genius move? Tell me why I'm wrong in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. And I am very, very interested in hearing what you guys have to say. I think WWE is very high on Maxxine Dupri. Whether you agree with it or not, and there is a lot that do not agree with it, I think you have to give her the ability to go out there and show us what she has. And if she can't do that, that's fine, right? But you have to be able to give her that. You have to be able to willingly give her an opportunity to go, okay, here's the ball. You're either going to take it and hit a home run, or you're going to drop it and you're going to be out in first base. What is it going to be? And I think if you look at it from that vantage point, I think it's brilliant. I think it adds a lot to this. I think you have a built-in star in Maxxine Dupri now, or at least the opportunity to be. And then you have a situation where you have AJ Lee and Becky Lynch go out there, feud, and have a real gritty type rivalry, right? And this is the match that we've been waiting for. So if this is the match that we've all been waiting for, well, now the time is here. That's what you wanted. So let's go. Like, let's roll. Let's see what they got. You made a star in Maxxine Dupri, and now you have a real gritty type storyline with two of the biggest stars in the women's division. And my question to WWE is, what's next? Like, obviously we're getting them in War Games, but after that, what's next? We all know we're getting a singles match, but when, right? You can make the argument that it should be a WrestleMania match, but can they extend it that long? We're in November. They got to make it to April. I don't know if they can hold off on that. And that's going to be the interesting part of the whole situation.